And welcome back once again to Hyrule Warriors.
Where Link just beats innocent monsters.
Yep.
With a sword.
And collects their eyeballs and gizzards and stuff to trade in for swag.
Canada's getting more violent lately. Taking all their fingernails and whatnot. Eyeballs.
Gotta use the whole monster. That's the village rule.
That's how the Sheikah tribe survived this long.
Okay, so eventually I need to actually do this one. And
Which one?
need to use Mifa. And I've not used Mifa very much at all.
Hmm.
I need to
pardon me.
practice some with Mifa.
Hmm.
I wish to keep everyone safe.
If I remember correctly, Mifa does not have a lot of damage, but a lot of her specials stun or knock up or all that kind of stuff.
Running with ZL and pressing Y at the right moment. Keep forgetting that. They mix up the controls with Breath of the Wild's controls a lot in this game, even if it doesn't necessarily mesh with the Warriors controls.
Huh. Is Mifa swimming through air or?
Yes.
That's awesome.
She can swim through water, and then through hydrokinesis, she can create water in thin air.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it.
I think that's how it. I think that's the explanation.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The pushes up glasses, way too much reading into it explanation.
I momentarily wondered if it was a glitch or something, but I mean, if she can just like summon water, then it stands to reason she can swim through air.
Yeah, Sidon doesn't swim through air. Instead, he summons a water shark that travels along the ground, and he just stands on top of the shark.
No, okay.
So like Aquaman. Okay. How's Aquaman's name?
Aquaman has hydrokinesis. That would make him a much more competent character if he did.
I do have him do that thing where he basically lifts people up on his trident. He's with sharks.
Miller confirmed to hate all over Aquaman. Can you believe that? And all you Aquaman stands are offended, but you know.
I don't like Aquaman.
You know, like, what did he do? Did he key your car?
He's just a stupid character.
Miller's like, fish aren't useful.
He's okay, but I mean,
Like in Invincible, they have the Guardians of the Globe, which are like a parody of the DC Justice League, right? So they have the fucking Fishman as one of the characters, but that Fishman character is better than actual Aquaman.
eh,
Because he has the same powers as Aquaman and also has hydrokinesis.
I'm amused at the vehemence, the passion with which you lay it down. Respect.
Also, Aquaman was like one of the worst DC movies
Really? I never saw it.
of the last decade or whatever.
Aquaman.
Nobody saw it because it was like 3.5 hours long. Nobody wants to watch that.
I mean, I like Jason Momoa, but like that was the one. Well, okay, that and Harley Quinn, and yeah, I skipped those, and Suicide Squad. I skipped that one too.
I haven't watched. The only one I've watched is the 2 Wonder Woman movies. Those are the only ones I cared about.
I've seen the 2 Wonder Woman movies. I've seen Man of Steel.
To be fair, I'm also the person who has not seen all the. I've not seen most of the Marvel movies. I have not seen like Civil War or Winter Soldier or.
That's fine.
I've not seen Iron Man 3 even.
I happen to like superhero movies, but like I understand completely if anyone like is either fatigued from them or doesn't want to like have the entire encyclopedic experience from A to Z, because that's a lot. That's like for like for most of my life there were there were a few major superhero releases like up until the 90s. There was the big Superman with the big Batman movie, and then all of a sudden it was like every year for the next from like 2001 to present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I completely understand if someone's just like, if they've got fatigue for the franchise, for any of the franchises, because that's a lot. That is a lot to keep track of.
Ink lyricism tired of superhero movies. Yeah, I think Marvel is realizing that there is some fatigue, so I think they're trying to not focus too much on the movie stuff, and they're doing more of the TV series.
Yeah.
And those are typically more of just like a normal drama. There's a lot less superpowered stuff in them. There's a little bit for the people who are literally never going to tire of the superhero thing, but they don't focus on it, I feel.
Yeah. I've seen all the I saw all last year's Disney Plus series, Disney Plus MCU series. They were mixed bag, but not bad. I'm sort of like, go ahead.
Because I remember seeing WandaVision. It was just like the last episode is the only one that has like real superhero stuff in it. The rest of it is just sort of trying to figure out the mystery and sort of the looming threat of doom stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't see people going around slapping each other while flying at the speed of a bullet.
Bullet slap.
That's why I like Spider-Man.
I do want to. I have not seen the. I saw the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I've not seen the others. I do kind of want to go back and see them because I feel like they do have that more, I guess, approachable story, more down to earth.
Okay, let me put it this way. You can tell which films and properties Marvel gives a shit about, because the ones that don't aren't bad, but they're not good either. It's like there's this feeling of, okay, we're just getting this out there,
Yeah.
But the ones where they have fun with it, like Spider-Man, are really just like really enjoyable, or like Guardians. Guardians was just fucking ridiculous. And you don't really need to know the comics to watch Guardians. It kind of stands on its own. But again, I don't push this on anybody. I'm just like, if you want to see it, cool. If you don't, don't. I dragged my roommate Skylar to see Guardians 2 at like we went to like the 7 a.m. matinee. We got coffee and then went to go see it. It was like $7 and nobody was in the theater, and it was awesome. And he was so bored the whole time.
I don't have anybody in the family that really watches the Marvel stuff anymore. They got tired out of it a long time ago. And I don't really watch them myself either. I haven't even watched, honestly, the Hawkeye series yet. But I'm trying to get into watching, because I actually do like it, but it's just that I don't want to sit there and binge it. Yeah,
sure.
But it's basically I gotta watch Daredevil and The Punisher.
I have not watched the Netflix series. Any of the Netflix series is not as much interest. Although I'll probably check them out somewhat. I've binged a lot of the Marvel stuff just because like it's good, background fodder for working on commissions. Like I don't have to watch them really. I can just listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not so engaging or involving that I have to pay attention. I'm a bad fan. I'm the worst fan.
Say that. You have a responsibility to watch them.
Yeah. I'm kind of a slacker fan these days. Like, it's the same with me in Star Trek. It's like, yeah, I sort of care. You know,
Again,
they're
do not tell yourself you have a responsibility to view corporate media. Absolutely nobody does.
Not only that though, but even though you can't know everything about it unless you dedicate your whole life to it. I mean, it's not very much. Well, and I'm not like that.
No, I mean, when I was in my 20s, I gave much more of a shit about franchises.
Yeah.
These days, it's kind of like, well, you know, they're going to do another iteration of everything, and it probably won't be as satisfying as the original experience. So I'm just going to like maybe catch a bit, or at least look at the reviews and decide if I give a shit. Probably not. You know, it's like, and if I do go, I just I have fun. You know, that's the important thing. You know, it's like it's not about like, you know, like being an acolyte of the franchise.
No,
anymore.
It's not.
I mean, I definitely had a period where I was like that, but I mean, that's just what being a 20-something fan is about for anybody. You got your thing, and your thing is important.
I mean, some people watch Star Trek and never even watch Deep Space Nine or Voyager, but they love the original stuff. It happens. Not everybody is caught up to everything on.
I watched. I mean, I love TNG and DS9. I was so on Voyager.
Yeah.
And I just Enterprise. I just checked out. I was like, nope.
Enterprise was too classy to Jonas.
Now, probably said this before, but the last time I gave a shit about Star Wars was like the prequel saga, and like I was irritated at how like awkward and bad Episode 1 was. And then in retrospect, I thought, no, you know what? I care too much. I really just care too much about this. I should just, by the time the sequel saga rolled around, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in there and have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. It's dumb popcorn stuff. It's going to be fun. Yeah. I'll enjoy what's good about it and just completely let my eyes glaze over for the rest.
Well, that's what I was like with Mandalorian. That's how I got back into the franchise again. Watching Mandalorian.
Nice. I suppose I should maybe check that out.
You should. I mean, that's my opinion. But if you really want to get back to Star Wars, in my opinion, it was written by someone that knew he was a fan.
Do you have to know anything about like other Star Wars series to watch it? Like, is it like, oh, Paduga's in there, and you could only see him in, the...
From what I've understood of looking at it from the outside, because I haven't seen anything of it yet, you will be enriched if you get the Easter eggs, but you don't need to know anything in order to follow the plot.
All right, but if Paduga does...
I'll give you a spoiler-free opinion.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian... is definitely doesn't require you to know much about the Star Wars series. They will reference it, but it's nothing like it's going to overwhelm you.
Okay.
The Boba Fett series, on the other hand, basically pushes everything on you in a good and bad way. But yes, you'll get overwhelmed when you watch the Boba Fett series.
I mean, it's cool. Like, again, it's going to be like I'll be like glancing at the screen every few minutes while I ink stuff.
In fact, when I was done watching Boba Fett, I had to go start reading up on what I was like, what? Who's this? And who's that? What's this place? But yeah, like there's lots of they put all the references in Boba Fett. Honestly, Mandalorian, you don't even have to like really know about Star Wars to know what they're going on right here. You'll know what your Jedis are, and you probably know a little bit about the Mandalorians, but other than that, like, there's really not, like, you don't even have to know much about the series to watch it, and it's pretty laid back and good at it too. That's what I loved about Mandalorian. It was really laid back.
All right, I'll check it out. I mean, I'm paying for freaking Disney Plus now, so yeah. They're subscribed to a service and just forget you even have it. Like you just completely, and then the bill arrives and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good use of a month. But maybe I'll check out Mandalorian and Shrug. This happened with my aunt, my boomer aunt. She was a big fan of 60s Star Trek, and there was this sort of narrow window where I was in my teens, and she was in her 50s, and we both synced up, and we were both like, I'm a Star Trek fan. Oh, me too. And we had some fun nerdy conversations, and then when she got into her 60s, she just stopped, caring about it, and I was so disappointed. I was like. But you were so into it, blah blah blah. And now I understand. Now as in middle age, I get it. You lose the energy a bit. Especially when the nth sequel comes out. Anyway, I'm talking too much. You guys talk.
Yeah, I don't have much to add to that because I don't. I don't know. I've watched a couple of the Star Trek series, but I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know if there's any necessarily TV or movie series that I'm just I'm gonna watch it every time that something comes out.
When did
it was close with maybe a Hayao Miyazaki, but even then, the most recent the Witch movie that came out, I haven't seen it yet. I don't really have any feeling to.
I felt like that for a while about the X-Files, but even then, by the 7th or 8th season, it was
Ink Bleeder Wolf says, Rick, do you have a favorite character to play as it is a game?
Oh, does he have a favorite character in Hyrule Warriors? Okay.
Yes.
I like the strong ones.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You like the overpowered ones. There it is.
I'd probably. I haven't played this, so I don't know. But I would probably favor the folks with the bow, like Rivali or Zelda.
I'm trying to remember who I played a lot. I think it was Lincoln Sidon. Because I just like the really satisfying gameplay of Sidon, where you would just get all of your timings down.
And then Frederick adds on, okay, but what about the strong ones that are also animal people?
Yeah, that's most of the cast.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what? So it's the Zora and the Rito are animal people. The Gorons... Are the Gorons supposed to be animal people, or are they supposed to be turtles?
No.
They're rock people.
They're rock people.
Okay.
Definitely.
And then you have the Gerudo, which are just Indian.
Oof. Miller, I'm fighting a player in whose monks reject my permanent buffs on my cards. I'm like, oh, that hurts.
Nice. Wait, what game are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing Magic Gathering.
Oh, okay. That one I was gonna check out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
What else, Stoker?
We should just do a daytime stream sometime of us, just the four of us with Stoker playing some Magic.
Yeah.
Doing nerd stuff.
Checking out Kamigawa cards.
doing everyone in the, if you want to do it at some point, just doing everyone in the Discord. If I'm around, I'll jump in.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
See, exactly. That's the problem. You can't just say, "Oh, just put it in the channel," because it's gonna be, two people who are like, "Oh, I'm not actually available today."
Well, I need a little heads up, but maybe later in the week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm making no complaints. Do always attend to your responsibilities first and foremost.
Yeah. Boy, I mean, I'm done with fingers crossed. I'm done with a bunch of the penny stuff for a little bit.
You ate all the Greebles.
Yeah, I ate all the Greebles. Every last one. What else can I say?
Hang on.
Goron say rock and stone.
When you say Rock and Stone to Link, what does he think?
He probably thinks that sounds delicious.
Yes.
Whatever Link thinks, he expresses it in grunts. Yeah.
Because I remember wasn't that one of the memories of like Link eats a rock roast and Zelda's just watching him? She's just like, what the fuck?
It's high in minerals. Don't judge.
She's like, how is it even possible?
Link's got a strong stomach.
Link's got teeth of steel.
Goron say Rock and Stone, Zolus says.
What if he was just waiting until nobody was looking, and then he just spat it all out? He was just being polite.
I can see it.
Zika's Chariot.
Oh, if you're fighting against the Seeker's Chariot, you're in for a bad time.
Actually, I have a Chica's Chariot.
Okay.
Oh man, I love this card.
The Seeker's Chariot is standard all-star at the moment.
You summon a cat, put it in the chariot, it summons another cat who keeps it just basically keeps summoning cats and I'm laughing at it.
Cat's all the way down.
Does your Seeker's Chariot make 1 or 2 cats?
One cat, but if it attacks, it summons another cat.
Okay, so you're playing Alchemy then.
Yeah.
You're playing the updated version. The card as printed makes 2 cats and has a crew of 4, but they quickly realized that was very overpowered, so they changed it to it makes 1 cat and has a crew of 2.
Yes. I'm still new to the crew mechanic, but I'm laughing at the idea of cats coming after a chariot. Like it attracts their attention, they all ride it.
Maybe it's maybe there's a laser pointer attached.
Yeah. It is red. Red and gold, I think.
I will try.
Can't take a shortcut down or anything.
But Vivi says, if they're rock people, meat rocks, are they cannibals? I mean, I don't think they eat sentient rocks. Then again, I haven't checked lately, so maybe they are.
Humans are made of meat, and we eat meat. That doesn't make us cannibals.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Oh, God.
Maybe life is
It
just
does.
cannibalism.
Life consumes life, all of it cannibalism.
Yeah, Rick's got a point.
That sounds like the start of a monologue that some like god figure would give about why all life needs to be destroyed.
Yeah, that's like what the final boss tells you when he right before he eats you.
Jeez, guys.
Yeah, it got serious over here.
Serious with our fictional god figure about to destroy the world. You have to fight it with the power of friendship.
What is a man? A miserable pile of tasty.
What is a man?
A miserable pile of Stoker. No.
Oh.
I cannot hold.
Man is made of Stoker. That's just how it works.
Yeah. We don't make the rules. We just enforce them.
I cannot hold.
Most of them seems like a bad. Oh, shoot. Oh, double shoot. Ooh! Triple shoot.
Oh, GC's not having a good time.
I'm being tripled by my own strategy. Hot.
Harsh.
Yeah.
I'm being outgreened by another green player.
Oh.
GC, do you play Ranger class?
What's that?
Do you play Ranger class in your deck?
No. Just
You should. It's very
Yeah.
good.
I'm pretty much it's a bit mixed bag, right? But mostly wolves.
Mm.
The wolf pack strategy.
I see you're going Wolf Tribal.
I used to play with cubs, but then I found that cubs they won't let you play.
Ranger class is still good for that because Ranger class, as soon as you play it, makes a 2/2 wolf. But the main thing of Ranger class is it's has 3 different modes, and on the 3rd mode, you basically get to play the top card of your library whenever you want. So it gives you a lot of card advantage for at the end game. You have no cards left in hand. Hearthstone? No, this is Magic the Gathering.
I got to get
Yeah.
back into Hearthstone too, actually.
Yeah, they all play MTG. I'm sort of like gradually becoming an initiate.
I started playing it, yeah, because Miller introduced me to it, and Stoker, mostly Miller though. But the thing is, like, I always wanted to find out what was so popular in Magic the Gathering. Honestly, I'd heard about it ever since Yu-Gi-Oh, and I really didn't play because every time I got to a card game, I didn't know the rules. Barely, I made my own rules, so I was pretty much housing it. But yeah, oh boy. I didn't.
I'm surprised, Jonas, you aren't more headfirst trying to play in this new expansion, considering it's like a cyberpunk set with a
Yes.
raccoon character and a bunch of furries in it. And,
I
like,
know. Stoker's been
See.
dropping me all kinds of links.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm interested. It's not for lack of it, just it's more like it's lack of time right now.
Right.
Game's definitely come a long way from when my buddies in junior high were playing it.
What was that, like 70 years ago?
Thank you. Yeah. Wow. You just
Rude.
hammer the stake into my chest. God, just
I'm
straight
joking.
up
I'm
slay me.
joking. Yeah.
No, I can't hear you, youngin.
If I wanted to be insulting, I would have said like, "Oh yeah, back
Okay.
when the game first came out."
oh,
That would be
Ah.
actually insulting because that's not super far off. Wait, now I am being insulted. God damn it! I don't know how to walk with.
yeah. How dare you? Can't believe you millennials. Anyway,
Hey, Chad, how are you like watching a man dig himself alive into a grave?
why are you talking about yourself? Okay, I don't know.
Oh man, this chat's getting brutal. This is what happens when nerds talk nerd talk, guys. When it gets really nerdy. Next thing you know is Miller and Jonas are slapping each other.
Yeah.
The pistols are done, but the
No, we're
pistols
not.
are
We
water
wouldn't be
done.
slapping each other. We would just be throwing cards at each other's faces.
just like fling.
And then you go get yourselves Nerf guns that shoot cards. There.
No, yeah, we take a Hot Wheels track that has one of those like speed up things where it's like the two wheels facing each other. We just start shoving cards into it and shooting them at each other.
And then one day, Miller or Jones are like, "Hey, want to check out my new car? Yeah, what do you got in it? Look at the trunk. Oh, look, it's a bunch of cards."
Nice.
And somehow one of you guys is insulted by that.
Onwards.
The nerd life.
Yeah.
First one also had a whole bunch of expansions when it first came out. Oh, and the funny thing is that their most recent one's like Nixia's Lair, which is actually the first raid that a World of Warcraft ever had. Which is funny.
Nice.
I played Hearthstone a little bit. I haven't played it in like years. But the knowledge I have of it that's like more ancillary is like I love it when people sort of document or show off when the game absolutely broke into pieces. Like what was the card called? It was a thing that repeated all of your battle cries, so everything,
Yes.
all of your enter the battlefield effects, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, it's called Gabba Walk. See here.
It was called what?
I'm trying to find its name right now. I know what card you're talking about though.
Shutterwalk.
Oh, Shutterwalk. Okay.
Yes. And his infamous, I can even show a funny video of it, because they, from Carbot later on, it basically, he just spammed that quote, "My claws have bite," something like that. And he just kept saying
Claws that scratch, my teeth that bite, and he just says it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because you're going nearly infinite loops.
Yes, it's an infinite loop strategy, breaks the game.
Nice.
Which in Magic has infinite loops, but like there's stuff in the rules that just say, hey, if you present a loop to your opponent where you can do some action over and over again, and you have some benefit that comes out every time you loop it, then you just tell your opponent, oh, I do it 1,000,000 times. And then you do that, and then you win. Done.
Hey.
And you could just skip to the part where you now have done it 1,000,000 times.
Nice.
Hearthstone does not have any shortcutting like that. Which makes it upsetting. It's also kind of hard because in Arena, there isn't anything like that. Not yet, at least. I think they've said they want to try to develop some kind of neural net engine that can help detect when there's a loop like that and just be like, hey, we've detected there's a loop happening. Would you like to tell your opponent you're going to do this X times?
And it's basically like checkmate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. There's a particular loop that happens, and you don't get a benefit out of looping it, but it happens an infinite number of times. There's a card called Banishing Light. There's a bunch of different versions of it, but it basically exiles something your opponent controls underneath the Banishing Light. So it gets rid of it and hides it under the Banishing Light. If the Banishing Light ever disappears, they get their thing back. The trick is if you Banishing Light your opponent's Banishing Light, and then they cast another Banishing Light targeting your Banishing Light. Now here's where the problem comes, is that yours disappears, theirs comes back, and they need to target. I think you need another one. Basically, when they get their Banishing Light back, they have to target your Banishing Light, which then that disappears, which means you get another Banishing Light, which has to target their Banishing Light, which disappears, and then puts yours back into play, which means you have to target theirs again. So theirs goes away, and you get yours back, and then it just keeps going forever, but you're not getting anything.
Okay.
And in Magic the Gathering Online, people would do this specifically, just target 3 of their own Banishing Lights in order to cycle them over and over and over again. And it would literally break the game, because the game would be like, oh, something has broken in the game. So what it does is it starts the game over
God.
and repeats every action the players took through the entire game automatically, trying to be like, oh, well, if I just do it again, then surely we should arrive at a different problem, because it was a glitch and definitely not, an intentional thing. So it'll play the entire game over again, get back to that point, and then the game crashes.
Fun.
It's a very dumb thing.
Right, easy with emojis there, Triforce. I appreciate your zeal, but,
We appreciate your zeal, but we're totally on heel.
yes. Just what you said.
Don't quote me. I don't know what I just said.
I'm not sure either, but
But it was said. It cannot be
Yes, it was
unsaid.
exactly, it's out there.
I'm
It's in the
sorry,
world.
Game Cobra. I've already published the newspaper. Your quote was already in it.
Rude.
Are we making headlines?
Of course,
Has
I
the media
do that
finally-
specifically to get me for weapons, but everybody else got weapons.
Nice.
Someone says that sounds like a thing they should patch out. Here's the problem: nothing the players have done in that game is illegal.
Great.
That gameplay they did, there's nothing wrong with what they did. It's just it happens to be something that breaks the engine because of how the digital version of Magic for Magic Online is set up, which is not Magic Arena. Magic Arena has things that can detect that and sort of be like, the game ends in a draw. Which technically Magic Online would... Yeah. Magic Online would eventually end that in a draw.
Oh, okay.
Because Magic Online uses a chess clock system. And every time you do that, you have to technically target something, which means you have to take at least a second in order to click on your opponent's thing that you want to target. So eventually your chess clock will run out, or somebody's chess clock will run out. Trying to figure out where the hell he go next.
How it will taste. Delicious.
Open up 2 packs now.
What? Oh,
Um,
okay.
He's opening up packs because even in a digital storefront, we must have scarcity and rarity to things.
When you open up the digital package, they crinkle. Like, do you hear like the foil noises?
Yep.
That's
Yep,
awesome.
they certainly have a crinkling sound effect.
That's good. That's necessary.
Is that driving you nuts, Miller, or do you love it?
It's fine. I don't care about the sound effect. I'm annoyed by the fact that it's just like, why can I not buy singles? Why can I not pay you guys for some premium currency and then just go, oh, I want 4 copies of this card for 150 gems.
They gotta make
And
money
then
off it
just that be
somehow.
the end of it. Why do I have to open packs randomly and hope I get cards? Why?
Because
Why?
It's about the surprise. And
It's about
making-
profit.
It's about the
About
profit.
profit. Why is there no dusting mechanic? Why can I not get rid of all the bulk rares I don't want and I just want the like 15 rares that actually matter in standard?
Yeah, that's definitely something I loved about Hearthstone. The dusting mechanic. Although I still feel bad about dusting cards in that game. Every time I do it, I was like, oh, no, I might use you guys someday. Drives me nuts. But then I'm like, oh, but I got dragon cards. This is, I guess I'll have to live with it.
You know who doesn't mind dusting?
Hmm.
Thanos.
That's actually a good one. I like that.
Miller's just like, stop.
Oh, you gotta give him credit.
Come on.
It was fairly punny.
Come on. I gotta turn in a couple of bad ones. Am I old enough for dad jokes? I'm definitely old enough for dad jokes.
Chat jokes don't depend on your age, they depend on your spirit.
Do I have the dad spirit? I don't know. Well,
Absolutely.
I am the stream daddy. God.
You are the
You
stream.
are the stream daddy. Rick is the snack daddy. We all know this. We are 2 daddies.
That's right. You little
Everyone
goofballs better.
asks me, gee, Miller, how come you get to have 2 daddies on stream?
Don't make me turn this Twitch stream around. We're not all playing. Well, Miller and GC, I believe, are playing something, but I'm just working on commissions, doing furry art.
I am playing cards, but I'm also watching Rick stream at the same time.
There you go.
I have I'm getting into the habit lately of using a cell phone to do to monitor what people are doing. They did recommend to get me 2 monitors, but unfortunately, I just don't have the room for it right now.
If Rick is a snack daddy and Jonas is a stream daddy, then what does that make Miller and GC? I'm
you're
the
the
stream
one-
baby.
You're the
I'm like the big fan.
you're the GC's the maple daddy, and
That too. Don't
Stoker's
say,
Joker's the bat daddy. Man, I get so many daddies.
I'm here playing the mom character, which screens pretty much probably like the Canadian mommy at one point.
you're
Hey, I'm not complaining.
You're the Canad. I can't mash it up.
Cadaddy.
Cadaddy.
Cadammy.
That works.
Cadammy. There.
Yeah, perfect. Well done. Fund it.
Cadammy. Cadammy.
That sounds like a Pokemon. Kadammy. Anyway,
Canadian daddy mom. There.
It's shaped like a maple leaf.
oh my god.
It has
Kadammy.
extra green ears on it.
The Canadian grass Pokemon. Let's see. Did I forget?
For me, I find Solar's Rapper says with heavy maple syrup shots. I'm thinking like archery.
Maple syrup
Oh.
shots.
Did we get raided? I
Kinda
just.
bo-
Oh no.
What kind of booze do you mix with maple syrup? Like rum, maybe?
Oh, Trevor's just cheering. Okay.
Curacao.
There you go. Sticky Canadian shot recipe. Let's see. It's rum and maple syrup. Yeah.
Oh, I never heard that actually. Ramen maple syrup. I can see that being a thing.
There's one called a pancake shot, which is whiskey, maple syrup, butterscotch schnapps, OJ, and then you put a slice of bacon on the top of the thing. That's funny.
I still like back when I first started playing Punch Out. I didn't. They said that Beer Hugger was Canadian, but they didn't really give him anything Canadian until the Wii version. And I still laugh how they literally got fiddle music, him drinking maple syrup and eating pancakes. He gets attacked by a bear. And instead, the bear becomes his boxing trainer.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, and of course he has a maple or a pine tree for chest hair.
Might want to see the doctor about that.
No, they really went all out with him. I love it.
Right.
All the Canadian jokes bundled into a boxing beer hugger. And then I found out that the Wii version was actually made by a Canadian company, and that explains it.
Huh.
Okay, that was actually a pretty cool move. I didn't notice that.
E. It's one of them super moves. He has 4 minutes to defeat 6 more Guardians.
Jeez, I'm pretty sure they should be extinct at this point.
Oh, but they count. I see. They count the scouts as well as Guardians. Okay. I thought it was 17 full-size Guardians. That would be
That'd
hard.
be terrible.
Weird to see these guys outside the temples. Did the Sheikah build the
Alice Guardian
Guardians?
has appeared. Have to do that
Yeah.
one too.
Good times.
A mouse? Oh, I thought you said mouse guardian.
A mouse guardian. This is a little
Yeah, the
tiny thing.
Sheikah built the Guardians 10,000 years before the Calamity.
Okay, gotcha. Couldn't remember the lore.
There's some argument to be made that they are the same culture that. What was this other game that had the tracks?
Spirit Tracks?
It was like
Tracks?
it was Spear Tracks. Yeah, there's some argument to say that was the same culture because it's like, oh, from trains you continue to develop the technology. Eventually you get to robots. So
Aw, she.
I see.
that would
Oh,
also
I
explain why we have the Zora and the Rito, which only ever appeared in Wind Waker, which Spirit Tracks was sort of a successor to Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass.
Right.
Skyward, wasn't there weird time stone stuff? In every Zelda game, there's weird time stuff. Zelda is a time travel series.
Not the first two, but
It wasn't a time travel series until Ocarina of Time.
yeah.
Well, actually, it was led to believe that Link to the Past was a time travel series, but it's just an alternate world.
Yeah, it's just dimensional travel.
Yeah. Makes
Yeah,
you
Zelda
wonder
games
what
have very much cemented themselves as being about time shenanigans.
Yeah.
which makes you wonder, why did they call it A Link to the Past?
Well,
Oh,
I think it was-
That's not what it was called in Japan. So.
oh, that's interesting.
Originally, it was just meant to be like a. They meant to market it like a prequel to the first Zelda.
Yeah, there you go.
I go.
Koshki, Bearer of Secrets. Now that's a good card.
Yeah, only a little time remains, but I don't think I can get this.
So in Japan, it was called The Legend of Zelda: Triforce of the Gods.
Ooh.
NOA changed it to Link to the Past to because their censorship guidelines didn't want God in the title at the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in
That too,
Protestant countries, gods doesn't really vote over well, whereas in Shinto countries, you can say gods and it's fine.
Right.
Nintendo and their religious banning back then.
Well, it's not even their thing; it was just North America's like religious hang-ups.
Yeah.
Localization is funny.
Hmm. Oh man, you're gonna get so close.
Yeah, I know. I have to do this one again, but I think I can do it the second time. I just have to waste less time.
Yeah, it sucks. 2 to go.
One off with 3 seconds left, and it's just a scout. I bet.
Got the scout.
Hey,
Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity don't fit in the timeline. Breath of the Wild is at the end of the timeline.
I read somewhere
They're restarting from the Malice Guardian. Did
Interesting.
it give me any extra time? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Uh-oh.
I read
restart
somewhere
all the way.
that like Breath of the Wild doesn't make sense because it has in-jokes that refer to all the different timelines.
It's not in jokes. It's a ceremony that Zelda performs in order to knight Link. She mentions whether Adrift in Timeline, or Skyward Bound, or something else that references one of the other games, and it's just like, oh, those are all legends that the current Hyrule knows about.
Right. I mean, it's probably easier to just like give yourself permission to like not be. Not like, scrutinize it for accuracy. I mean, because at this point they probably don't even know what all, like they probably don't have it all straight in their own, in their own.
Well, the quote-unquote official timeline, which I mean, it was literally published by Nintendo, so does say that basically the timeline split into 3 parts at Ocarina of Time, and then Breath of the Wild sort of brings it back together.
Okay.
Where it doesn't matter which timeline it split into, they all resolve back into Breath of the Wild.
That works. Does that mean that Breath of the Wild happens no matter what, like in every timeline? That's just how it turns out. Like, is that
Yeah,
what they're
that's
implying?
the idea. Is that Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild, much like Thanos, is inevitable.
Chase after me, Guardian Scout.
Yeah. If you do have to completely restart this mission, it might be good to leave the mission and then go do something else to try and gather more wands and stuff. Like go do like a level 1 electric trial or ice trial or something. Because it's sure to have some whiz robes.
Come on, you weren't this hard to hit the first time.
It is done. Be still. It is done.
Yeah, this guy didn't move at all. I don't want to waste the cooking I spent on this.
Mhm.
Let me try it from the beginning one more time.
Be still. It is done.
The other one.
So is everybody here stack again?
Yep.
Oh,
Except
hold on.
static again.
Let me cut my my music for a second.
It's not you, Jonas. It was Rick.
Oh, okay. I don't hear it, but
Now it's gone.
oh, okay. Whatever. Problem with line notes is it can come from like so many different sources. Had to weed it out.
Fun fact: you're the only person streaming this game at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah, it might have been a little late to the punch to finish it, but you know. Did we first stream it when it was new? I forget.
when did it come out?
It's a year ago now.
Check Twitch tracker, see what it says. High rolls and buy rolls.
Oh, more than a year ago. November 2020.
Blah, blah, blah. Rick first streamed Hyrule Warriors on November 26, 2020, yeah. And the game was released November 20, 2020, so yeah. Oh, there it is.
Shipped.
Nah, I can hear it now.
Yeah. Shipped 3 million copies in its first 4 days, making it the best-selling game in the Warriors franchise,
Nice.
including all of the original Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors. That's funny.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Warriors games were always like a niche title.
It only got popularized because of dinosaurs, and Enix was probably like, oh man, or actually Kowai, sorry. They're like, oh man, we found stuff with dinosaurs people love. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering... Does something like this count as, like, AAA fan fiction?
What?
Because it's like their own story and they're basing it off Breath of the Wild, but it's not made by Nintendo, it's made by Koei Tecmo.
It's not fan fiction if they're paid to do it.
It's canon, people. Didn't you know?
I mean, this is licensed and overseen by Nintendo, right?
Yeah, no, they worked alongside Nintendo on it, and there was a lot of crosstalk for things.
I mean, Nintendo had to turn over the assets for them to make stuff like, you know, these Lionel variants and...
No,
Guardian
this was
variants.
entirely unsanctioned. Nintendo had absolutely no control over whether or not this got made.
That'd be amazing. Criminals.
Alright. Putting my stupid ideas away, I get it. Most Warriors games rely on interest in a particular setting. Yeah, I mean, that's even the same here, right? Like, it's a Zelda setting. This is a singular setting. Specifically a Breath of the Wild setting. Even more so than the original Hyrule Warriors games that were, like, just all of the Zelda games.
Oh my god, they should do a Wind Waker Warriors game.
No?
No, they should.
Fine, just crush my dreams. Fine, see how it is. You're all just harsh
If
on
you
my
want a
mouth.
Wind Waker 2, you're allowed to ask for that, but I don't think it's going to be in a Warriors game.
I want a Wind Waker's 2. I just want more Wind Waker's art style.
Wind Waker 2, Black Flag.
I mean, I know that, like, there were, like, Spirit Tracks and Fantargos were supposed to be sort of like pseudo-sequels, but I want one on Switch. I want, like, another canonical entry in that timeline. And I want it now, damn it. No, I don't actually give a shit.
Now, honestly, I think it's possible we could eventually see another Toon Link game, but I don't think it would be a Wind Waker sequel.
That's right.
I mean, it might have sailing in it as like a side thing, but it would be like how Assassin's Creed Odyssey has sailing in it because everybody loved it in Black Flag.
You know, I one of the reasons I like Wind Waker, aside from the art style, was there was sort of a different aesthetic in terms of, like, how do I put this? Kind of like storytelling. Like, it was a little more, like, you know, along with the cartoon style, there was sort of, it felt like it took itself a little less seriously, you know? And I kind of like that.
Really, the game that had Link like strapped into a barrel on a catapult as he's like struggling to get out while the pirates delivering exposition. That's a game that doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah, that game more so than any other Zelda game up to that point, I think, was also much more cinematic in sort of how it presented its story. Just because there were a lot more like direct cutscenes with specific scripted things to them.
Oh, you be.
Yep,
Oh.
it's coming through again, Rick.
Oh yeah.
Well, fine.
Alright.
Link in the costumes?
I cannot fail. Be still. It is done.
By Force Heroes? Might be. I don't know what game Ink is talking about.
Be still.
To be fair, I have far from played all of the Zelda games.
I've played 1, 2, and 3. I have not. I don't think I played Link's Awakening.
Wait, 3?
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Oh.
Played a little bit of Ocarina. Didn't really like it. Played a little bit of Majora's Mask. Also didn't like it. Haven't played the Oracle games. Have not played Four Swords. Loved Wind Waker. Loved it. Did not play Four Swords Adventures. Did not play Minish Cap. I've watched someone play Twilight Princess, but I haven't played it myself. I haven't played Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, or Skyward Sword. I've got Link Between Worlds somewhere, wherever my DS is buried. Probably in my, probably in one of my boxes. Love Breath of the Wild, of course, and that brings us up to the present, I think. Oh, and I have not played the CDI games because who has a CDI in this day and age? Okay. Nerds. That's
The
who.
main reason you don't play those games.
And then there's like other ones that I don't know about. Like Tingle's games or whatever the hell.
Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love.
Is that what it is?
It sounded like that.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. That's a bit much there.
Not ready for it.
I just
No.
remember one of the Tingle games is literally Wizard of Oz. Like you meet a lion man, an alien robot, and a scarecrow.
Literally so close.
Ah!
Dang, Rick. Shoot and
Eat.
dang.
Dang hacky.
Again, I need Mifa's weapon stronger. But in order to do that, I need to get more weapons for her. But that didn't happen. I tried to get more weapons for her.
Is there an easier mission you could do with her?
Didn't really get very many weapons doing that one.
Hmm.
What fate grants me, I accept.
There's more where that.
Material drop rate give you more weapons.
I have no idea.
I don't think so, but doesn't seem to be like a cooking thing that I have that would increase the amount or quality of weapons that you get.
I wonder how it will taste.
Absolutely terrible.
Hmm.
Delicious.
Give me a ton of rupees.
TDI Zelda remake. No! No! Oh, God.
What remake?
I'm.
That's-
Here's the thing: I would not be terrified if they said, "Hey, we were gonna remake those games."
Because they can't possibly do worse.
They can't possibly do worse. And the games were bad mostly because of their implementation, not necessarily because they were a bad idea.
Well, that one Zelda one that was top down, that was kind of bad implementation too. I have not actually watched enough of the other ones to judge them accurately.
There's a reanimate, fan-made reanimate of the Zelda CDI game, and I kind of want to see it, and I kind of don't. Oh, who am I kidding? I totally want to see it. I love it when stuff just gets so train wrecked that it comes right around again and ends up good in its own special way.
Oh yeah, the absolute worst thing I think media could be is boring. Even if it's bad. If it's so bad, there's a chance it could just be funny again.
Good times. I wish there was some way to play like the Philips games online because I would absolutely stream that.
Play which games online?
The CDI ones.
I mean, are they not emulatable?
I don't know. I've
Yes,
never.
they are.
Heard...
I'm pretty sure that everything on CDI has been emulated because
Oh, okay.
otherwise it'd be very difficult for people to actually show it.
Oh, there is a CDI. Okay.
Ooh. Success.
What was that one mission that had like 10 zillion whiz robes in it?
That's all
Having
like
trouble
fun.
when I was at level 30.
I wish I could tell you.
Oh. There it is.
I wonder how it will taste. Delicious.
If Sonic gets a CDI game,
I don't think Sonic ever could get a CDI game.
Are you
Those
sure?
games
There have
are-
been some really questionable Sonic games.
I mean, I get it. It would have to not be a Sonic game. Like the CDI would literally not be able to keep up.
God.
They're like Sonic 3D Blast then.
Oh, I hated that one. I hated that one so much. I had a friend who was all over that game, and I was just like, bruh.
It is done.
Oh, it burns! That's what she says.
What?
her bomb actually hits them.
Hmm.
One of those things that Link, even though he can aim his bombs, he can't really throw them up.
Oh, why did I give you a Fury Rush there? That was weird.
Because I guess I dodged that.
Eh.
I cannot fail. It is done. Must be done well. Must be done well. That was too close. Must be done well. Full impact. It is done. Full impact.
And Samler says, weak point slash, by which we mean your entire body and everyone standing nearby.
That's some weak point slash.
Yep. But that's Warriors games. Every attack has to be so insanely over the top so that you slash your sword once and somehow hit 40 people.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's how they learned it in the old Free Kingdoms way, guys. Did you know?
Bravo! Superb!
You!
All right, why not?
Yeah. Hmm. 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 Huh?
Lift Garrett Sword. Link only.
Hi. Huh? 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 Yeah. Hmm. 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 Wah.
Yeah?
Whoops, I was muted.
Nope.
Good job. Rookie mistake. Been doing this
I
for
thought we
only...
were just having quiet time.
What?
Nah, jeez. Ah,
I
God.
had a feeling one of those memes was going to show up. Hey, we're on the stream. Did you guys hear me? Tip, don't be muted.
Yeah.
Always
It's
don't
weird
be
'cause-
muted.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird because sometimes I hear the blink noise that Discord lets you know, and then sometimes I don't. Like sometimes it just doesn't play. So
Can we start eating already?
I think I only did it once since I joined you guys. I don't know. I don't remember doing it more than once.
Records the king.
Two weeks to I can't wait to see how my brother picks up. I bought that for him.
What's going on?
Elden Ring. The George R. Martin version of Dark Souls. Hee.
Nice.
Gonna be an interesting one because it seems to be a lot more open world than the other Dark Souls games.
Yes. In fact, I've seen people joke about it in the forums. It's basically Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
Dark Souls of the Wild.
Yes. If that's ever been a thing now, it's there now. Yeah. Oh my God! They even quoted exactly what Miller said on the forums. Wow. Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, no, wait, you said Dark Souls of the Wild. Actually.
yeah. I'm sure people have tried every permutation of the combination.
I know one thing. After playing Dark Souls for quite a while, if this game has the same sort of leveling up system that does, I am definitely going down strength and vitality.
Nice.
GC just wants to be a big boy.
Also, to be very honest, when I first started playing Dark Souls, I wanted to go the night route. Basically, wear all the heavy armor and just don't even care about dodging. Just go around and just beat everything with a sword or axe or whatever. But the only thing I learned over time is that actually just makes you stop from flinching. That's all it does, which is a good thing, especially when you're being attacked by multiple monsters. But when you're in the boss fights, that's not going to help much.
Did you say emotional monsters?
A buttload of monsters, like
Oh,
10 of them.
I was like, I heard emotional monsters. Are you hearing
Emotional monsters deal emotional damage.
They cry all over you and you take damage.
that? Yeah, they hurt your feelings.
Yeah. They emoji you to death.
Okay.
I do like Souls Part 2's Miracle System though, that's pretty sweet. First one I never even bothered to try, but I should try it sometime when I play another round of it.
I cannot go.
I'll be right back.
I cannot fail. I cannot fail.
And done. Okay.
Done.
Yeah, I was doing stuff.
Done.
I'm multitasking. Well, not done, but
You're not done until Stoker stops cracking the whip. That's never gonna happen.
Mutter, grumble. Well, I'm done for tonight.
Fair enough.
Or am I?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done. What we got going on over here?
I cannot fail. I cannot fail.
Get back.
Full impact. It will be done. Full impact.
I'm out of clever commentary.
Alright.
Usually I
You
got
might,
something.
you might be out of Clifford commentary, but don't you have some clever commentary?
What? What are you saying?
I heard you say Clifford commentary.
I'm out of. I said
Big red dog.
clever. Yes, I'm. Arf, arf, bark, bark. No, I'm trying. I can't even like riff on or complain about it at the moment. Give me something to complain about.
Canadian truckers.
Oh man.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
Yeah, okay, not going there.
almost- Oh right. I forgot about current events.
My uncle's a trucker, and he's also saying that this is all bullshit. He's
Yeah.
like, I got my vaccine as soon as it was available. Why do they have such a problem with it?
Oh boy.
Which is funny because my uncle is also has a lot of complaints about the other side of America's border and how they interact with trucking.
See, I don't mind people talking about, but to be very honest, I just don't get it why they're how this escalated the way it was, especially because it's just it's a vaccine thing, and it just hurts my head when I hear about these kind of things.
Yeah.
Well, it started as a vaccine thing, and now it's just they don't like leftist politics.
Yeah.
They don't like that their current prime minister is left-leaning.
No, we probably don't need to get into this too much on stream.
It will be.
That's fine. Well, let me think.
There must be something stupid in the gaming industry that I can gripe about.
Oh, I mean, there's a ton of
Oh.
stupid things going on, but the problem is a lot of them are NFT based.
Oh, boy, it's a minefield. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I got
Sony bought
something.
Bungie.
Sony bought Bungie?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
I'll give you something written about Capcom creators.
Capcom what?
Creators, we love your content. Want to give back. Join us. Stream your games with Capcom and share the fans you love. Basically, it's Twitch. It's basically, from my understanding, you Twitch Capcom games and they'll promote it. But
It is done.
I still don't fully understand how it works. But basically, the perks they give you, like for example, are like beta access, digital merchandising, and stuff like that. But basically, what they're trying to say is they want to get the fans to basically talk more about their games, like advertising in some way, but using their own personal created content, and they'll throw it in with their. It's sort of like what Blizzard did with, say, for example, Carbot, who loved making videos about Heroes of the Storm, and what they did, they started putting his stuff in the game because he was such a big fan. But now they're trying to do it. So
You know, Rivals of Aether does these workshops where people design their own fighters, and like some of them have made it into like bonus content or something.
Well, now hold on. Are they getting compensated for that? Because otherwise, it sounds like they're outsourcing their character design.
To be honest, I don't know the details. I just know that this has happened.
See, that you always got to be worried with those kind of
I don't
design
think it's,
competitions or whatever.
I don't think it's shady, but I can't say for one way or the other because like I haven't researched that at all. I just know that like one of the staff artists has done stuff of the OCs that were created for the fighting. I'm not explaining this very well. I've got links somewhere, but they're over there, and I'm over here, and I'm lazy.
Right. Another buyout news: Take-Two, the publisher behind like NBA 2K and GTA and Red Dead, have bought Zynga.
Oh, I'm familiar with Zynga. They make like Word with Friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, Farmville, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So expect, I guess, Red 4 Dead Mobile in the coming year. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a weird season for video game news because it's all just like there's a bunch of buyouts and there's a bunch of NFTs and like that's it. We're waiting for the next like 2-3 weeks when all of the games hit. We had Dying Light come out and that was okay.
which is funny too because a few months ago I bought Dying Light 1 just to see what the hype was about. It's actually Dead Island, but a better version of it. That's really with parkour in it, which is I agree with the fans. That is actually a pretty awesome aspect of the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it very samey. Very derivative, kind of a lot of the trends right now.
Well,
I have no interest in it.
It's the thing about it though. Like when it comes to zombie games, I think that the problem with the developers is they get too stuck in tradition too much, and I'm saying this. Yeah, I get it. Like that's pretty much what people pretty much do in the zombies. But I think pretty sure that was what the whole hype with Dead Rise was. Why people loved it so much back then. But this, they just keep repeating the same. Like they basically copied over the years like what Dead Rising did and what was the other game? Left 4 Dead, mutagenic zombies, and just crow zombies like an army kind of thing. But it just feels they get too repetitive though.
The zombie games are actually designed by zombies these days. They're made by zombies for zombies. It's
there you go, Jonas. You said it right there. We're zombies are becoming too much of a zombie game.
Yeah,
like
problems.
And I don't know if anybody ever played it, but has anybody ever played Resident Evil Resistance for? It came out with Resident Evil 3. It was their attempt to go back to like online zombie games, like Resident Evil Outbreak. I'm sure nobody really heard about that. I was actually thrilled when I played that game. But one of the things they added that game, and I say it was one of the best things Capcom ever came out in a long time for a Resident Evil game, was the Mastermind mode. Or Mastermind. You play as the haunted house guy that flips the switches. And I never seen games do that in a long time.
What do you mean he flips the switches? You mean he controls like the...
He controls the house.
All the traps and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
You play it, and they even give him all sorts of witty lines. Like, but yeah, basically, it was a really awesome concept. Like, you just basically you're sitting in the like in your master chair. You're just basically summoning zombies and dogs and whatever you want. And if they go into a room, you can lock the door on them or turn the lights out.
Nice.
Or flip that switch that makes the room hidden or something like that. Only problem with the game though, they did something with the game that made it absolutely bonkers broken after time went on, in a good and a bad way. But then you just basically got a whole bunch of players that just said, okay, you can just beat this game with survivors with shotguns all day. Hey guys, just go with the shotguns and all that. shoot down every zombie or licker or tyrant with a shotgun, and that's it. But yeah, it got broken over time. But people didn't say it was really a bad game. It's just that why did the game have to be shipped for Resident Evil 3? Why didn't it be its own standalone thing? It had to be. They had to ship it for Resident Evil 3. And Capcom didn't try to make what was it? Their own version of the Resident Evil universe, RE-verse, and it was basically Call of Duty.
Huh. I see.
Anybody hyped for? Anybody play Pokemon Legends? That's pretty cool.
I have not, but I know a lot of people who are over the moon about it. So
Over the moon. I got that on my wish list now.
nice.
I haven't really the last Pokemon game I've ever played was pretty much Temtem, and it was not bad. It's I haven't gotten back into it yet, but Temtem was the next thing that was trying to basically online modernize Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
I love the. I do like the take that people have on it, where it's like RCS is the Pokemon game we should have had 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Because it's like, yeah, there's nothing in that that's necessarily impossible that we couldn't have done on Wii U hardware.
no, that's another thing too. And I looked at it's something that they could have done on a Wii U.
I don't say that as in the game is low quality or anything, but it's just that the Pokemon Company has definitely been dragging their feet when it comes to innovation.
You think so? All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They keep it too simplistic. They basically are. Well, they kept it as the RPG format for how long now? Well, they've always pretty much kept it.
Well,
since
it's always been the same RPG format. It's just the idea of it being open world like this.
It's also they've just kept making the story less interesting.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want to do when you're going to be sticking to an RPG format.
That's
Not
fair.
only that though, but I think a lot of people can agree. What was it? What did everybody like the story in the original Pokemon? Yes. Yeah, back then it was just basically you beat your bully with Pokemon.
I kind of ignored the story. I'm so focused on it.
I loved it actually when I was a kid.
I'm so focused on.
I was 12. Sorry, go ahead.
I get fixated on
Even if you don't pay attention to any of the words that people are saying in the thing, just the context of what you're doing stuff in still applies when you're talking about story.
That's fair. No, what happens with me is I get so hung up on creating an ideal party and optimizing everyone's stats, and I'm going to do that. That I'm okay, don't care. There's another boss. Whatever. I'm going to kick his ass. It's just
You optimize the fun out of the game.
it's just a tendency with me. I do that. I don't when I was playing Go, I didn't play to collect cute little things. I was no, they all have to be perfect. Just yeah.
My first touch.
I always just try to make a party out of my favorites, which didn't usually work.
Right.
Well, it worked for me.
I think for it is not a competitive level.
Turret
Not
is not
competitive,
competitive, and it barely even works in the Elite Four.
I just wanted to prove to Gary back then that my Pikachu is better than your Charizard. Listen, how you'd feel about that, Gary?
I mean, I appreciate the lore and the world and the mythology and stuff. It's just kind of what happened is okay, here's a system with X X number of types, each with their own specific vulnerabilities. How do I optimize for this or this or this scenario? It's just this is what I do. This is my thing. Because part of it was because Skylar was much deeper into it than I am, was showing me all these sites where it would show every single version every single like combination of possible stats and the percentage.
Yeah.
Like every combination of possible attacks a given Pokemon can have, and what percentage of maximum that is, and it's like, okay, here's a goal. You just you get enough, what are those called, like TM devices to you accrue enough of those and get it up to optimum eventually. That way you've got this this kill machine. Go ahead.
When I actually did play Pokemon Story, but I wanted to be like, I wanted the perfect Pokemon team favorite, and that was basically what it was. And the thing about it, like, I really did like back when I was 12, like the story about how you were just basically, you had a next door neighbor, Gary guy, and he would just basically say, yeah, my team was better than yours, and then you beat him, and he's like, yeah, now I'm the Pokemon champ. How do you like that, Gary? And then the next game was basically, okay, let's go back down memory lane, and now guess who's the last secret last boss? Hey, it's you. Yeah, are you trying to say that guy got all my Pokemon and I'm going to beat myself up now? And I'm like, mind twist.
Yeah. Had I played it back in the day, I would have probably played for fun and for the story and like picked at and had favorites and stuff. Because back then I cared more about stuff like that. That's the thing about playing as an adult. You have different. It's just a fundamentally different experience. I'm sure that for some kids, Pokemon is just like the magic. Rick, when did you start playing it?
When it came out.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you had like the Game Boy and the whole. Yeah.
I got a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Blue for Christmas that year.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like I missed out. Oh well.
I heard you're doing a Final Fantasy Tactics remake now. I wonder how that's going to turn out.
Do what?
A Final Fantasy Tactics remake. I'm hearing rumors about it.
Like the original?
Yes. They're probably doing it just like what they did with Final Fantasy VII. Honestly, from what I'm hearing about it.
That better not mess with the job system. That was like the best part of it.
Oh yes, but more importantly, I hope they do what they did.
I mean, it's okay if they mess with the job system to like make it do different things, but the job system itself should just stay.
Absolutely, and I hope they don't. They keep it what they did in the original, like after chapter 1. Well, they basically, I really liked how they made it look like in the first one. How like in Final Fantasy at chapter 1, where like classes like the thief, the black mage, the white mage, the thief, and the monk and the knight, they were just basically considered like bum jobs. Because, well, of course, the first chapter was like at the beginning of the war, but after that, then all these new classes came in, and it's like, hey guys, this is the modern age. Why are you still using those old jobs? Come on, now. But yeah, like poverty was a pretty cool concept for that game, but I never saw them do another Final Fantasy in a long time. And
Poverty
that was actually,
is it? Good.
It was pretty cool for a job system. Poverty job systems is what I thought back then when I was playing it.
Poverty is a cool concept. Poverty's a real cool concept.
What?
I don't know.
Huh?
I just felt like
I don't know what they're talking about.
Huh?
I don't know
worried
either.
about them.
We're fine. Look, Miller, half the time I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, that's fair. As long as you're on the same page as everyone else, then it's okay.
Nah, I did.
Oh, you got no, but I think only me and Rick played Final Fantasy Tactics. But basically, in Final Fantasy Tactics, Part 1 is basically it's a war against war veterans and the rich, like the rich versus the poor. But since you're playing on the rich side and you're fighting the poor side, which is so sad, but that's the way the Final Fantasy Tactics series is. you're only playing like against 6 or 7 classes back then, which the game makes them look like just regular Joe kind of people. So yeah, I was like, when if you level up long enough,
It
though,
is sad, but I think it's also one of those things. I have no idea what the story is, but I assume it's one of those things where you're just like being introspective of just like, am I the fatty?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
basically it.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
You-
then some really terrible shit goes down at the final chapter of the final battle of Part 1.
Yeah,
And you're like, this sucks. We're not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
and then it jumps to the future, and then suddenly everybody got these cool classes. That's the way the story goes, and I said that was pretty cool back then. That was a really cool way to integrate a job system into like the story. I wish they did stuff like that a lot more.
But basically, the rest of the story that happens later is that your best peasant friend, Delita, becomes basically the warlord fighting against the royals.
Mm-hmm.
And you also break from him because he gets pretty radical. And
Yes.
while you start investigating some bizarre supernatural stuff that the church is involved with, Delita is actually over there fighting the actual battles. And in the end, he wins, and then his girlfriend stabs him.
Yes.
That's not a good ending.
That's not a good ending for him, but you're not him,
No.
so...
Oh, okay, that's
No.
fair.
I always thought Delita was cool in that too. He was like the the game tree. Of course, he goes around with the golden armor on. You're thinking, yeah, he's definitely a good guy. Then you find out he's being pretty ruthless, as Rick says, and so he's like the golden knight, the golden evil knight.
I can also look at this.
Holy Knight in that game was pretty cool too. I love that class. And the Dark Knight. Then you start thinking, well, he did
Ooh, the Alphos mask.
the Holy and Dark Knight in that. On a funny note, which was actually in let's see, was an abbreviate, pretty much a paladin and a Dark Knight from Final Fantasy IV. But in this one, you couldn't help but feel like they had Jedi and Sith kind of vibes right there with the whole the way they were fighting. But it was cool though. It was very cool.
Gameplay-wise, the entire game falls apart in Chapter 4. Because
Yeah.
then you get Orlandu, who is so super awesome that he can basically single
Destroy-
combat every remaining battle.
Yes.
They way overpowered him. I don't know why they did that. He's just way too good.
Well, he's supposed to be a war hero, right? But they went overboard with him.
Yeah, and you can take like the magic stuff off of him and give it to other characters, and then you have several other characters who are super good.
Nice.
You can give Ramsay his Excalibur. That
Yes.
was fun. I loved it.
Yeah, the Excalibur gives you innate haste. So
Yeah.
since the game economy is based around how fast you can get turn speed is very important. So having permanent haste, you get tons and tons of turns.
And it's funny back then because I didn't even realize how important speed was back then. But yeah,
That's
haste-
that's what makes the ninja class so good too.
Oh, and then of course we can't forget the samurai catching everything in the game, even arrows. Oh man,
I really hope
loved-
they kept that one, but you know, if so long as there's some way to break the game regularly, like they don't just hand you something that's broken. You should be able to like finesse the job system in order to break the game. That's usually the fun of Final Fantasy to me.
the fun for me was trying to create that ultimate wizard and ultimate knight. I wanted the ultimate wizard and knight. It was just what I was trying to do back then. And then it turns out it was pretty much the calculator. The calculator.
The calculator is also kind of broken.
The calculator?
Calculator is a class. Okay, so basically, it can use any, I think, black magic, white magic, or time magic spell.
Any of the basic spells, yeah.
Yeah,
Black, White, Time, and Oracle.
Oh, and Oracle, which does all the status effects. And what he can do, once you finally level him up enough, you can take this basically the stats of everybody on the battlefield at the same time. Like, you can take everybody's level, or what their current height on the map is, or something like that, and you can say, okay, everything that is this number, that's a multiple of 2, or 3, or 5. I think those were the main numbers. 2 or 3 or
2,
5.
3, and 5.
Mhm.
And then the magic attack will hit everybody on the entire map who is that.
Nice.
So you could have everybody with level 5 on the map, death. They all die.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was fun, though. It was really fun.
See that being useful, sure.
Now, that's supposed to be balanced because your own characters are also included in that. But
Yes.
since you have so many different options for doing that, that usually doesn't come up. You can just, like, pick whichever one you want.
Gets even better when the calculator is fully leveled up and you make him a subclass of somebody like the ninja.
Yeah.
Calculator's OP.
Oh, he was definitely OP.
Definitely OP.
The only saving grace is it was very hard to level him up because he had the slowest speed. So he was like sluggish.
Yeah, because the calculator also had very low speed. Like, he would only really get a turn every couple. Like, he took a turn like every 2 turns everybody else took.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But since you could like mix and match your jobs, you could just give the calculator ability to somebody else. And in order to level up the calculator, you had to do some job point trickery in order to actually accrue job points for him. But it wasn't that difficult to figure out how to do that.
Hmm.
Because the fastest way to do it is actually just make everybody a calculator so they feed off each other. But
Make everybody a calculator, yeah.
yeah, I didn't know it back then, but I didn't know that if everybody's on the same class, they actually learn the job points bleed off on the other class, people that are in the same class as you. That's something I didn't know, and I was very surprised. So if the whole squad was Squire, they all become Master Squires super fast. Took a while to learn about the bravery and the face system too, but that was actually a pretty cool mechanic back then too. I never thought I like it bled into the story too, because I like the idea when they had the game. If you made your faith too high, they think, this is the god doesn't want me to fight. I'm leaving. And then they make their bravery too low. They just chicken out and leave, which was sad. That one made me sad.
Trying to bottom out the faith of characters was always a goal for me, because the lower the faith they have, the less magic affects them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have no faith at all. They don't even believe in magic.
You don't want to do that for your magic user characters, but anybody else, make them as low of faith as possible.
So if they don't believe in magic doesn't affect them?
Yeah, basically.
Yes. Weird. Okay.
It was actually pretty cool. I like that idea. Magic isn't real. I don't believe in it, so therefore it can't hurt me.
I think I tried this at one point, but I never actually finished it. So.
Yeah, my favorite combination in that game was Summoner with a heavy hitting class like the Samurai. Oh, that was fun.
I'm gonna do this one last thing tonight.
Well, back then, I gotta admit, when I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics, I was being very unoriginal. I just tried to create Cecil, Kane, Rydia, and Rosa. I wanted to make the perfect Cecil paladin, basically a knight with white magic, and Rydia with black magic and summoning. It was fun though. I loved it. And I thought, hey, why don't I just mix Kane with Edge? Make him have Kane's jump. There you go. Problem solved.
My power.
If I had to take a guess, though, if they are making a Final Fantasy Tactics remake, like I think that well, I'm hearing, I got a feeling what they're going to do. They're going to keep things the same way, but they're going to add in a ton more classes. That's what I think they're going to do. They basically made like loads of classes in Final Fantasy over the years.
I will fight for Hyrule. Every way I can.
I never played the remake one, but they apparently had a pirate class, which I found was a little silly. But hey,
A pirate class, you said?
Sky Pirate, I heard it was called. See,
Nice. Just running around in airships.
at first I was like, that sounds silly, but then I remembered they had engineers in it, and they had, of course, Cloud Strife. So I said, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. Let's see, classes. It also had the Onion Knight too, I forgot.
Hyrule. I have done it.
Sometimes I wondered the Onion Knight was a pretty cool concept, but basically, in all the Final Fantasies, they start out horribly weak, but if you level up their jobs or give them the Onion gear, they're like super overpowered.
Nice.
Apparently, the Onion Knights of the Final Fantasy Tactics PSP were cheaters because Onion Knights are not supposed to have any abilities, but apparently the computer ones do. Cheaters.
I will fight for Hyrule. Every way I will fight for Hyrule.
One thing I still never understood, the mime costume that they had for in Final Fantasy Tactics. Apparently, the male mime had like a bird, toucan Sam hat on, and the girl had something like a cat mask all over her head.
Did you say mime as in like mime? Mime?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
It's also called
okay.
Mimic in some of the other
Ah,
Final
okay.
Fantasies.
They just
Nice.
copy what the other players are doing is what they do.
They do it for free, but they have to
Can't
copy
call
to
them-
do it for free.
I can't call it a mime when they translate it or localize it to America anymore, because as the Japanese now know, clowns and mimes are Americans' weaknesses.
It's so weird.
I remember hearing an interview about that. That's hilarious, but they didn't know that in America that clowns were scary.
I don't find clowns scary. I just find them off-putting. Like, I mean,
Gotta find that. Let's see here.
I know that said. I do. I know. I know that some people do find clowns that like legitimately frightening. I can certainly see why.
Yeah, but then you have Japan, and they have like, ha ha ha, we have sexy clowns. Okay.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Street Fighter had the Russian clown.
I will fight for Hyrule.
The I remember his name. I never played Street Fighter 3 as much as the other Street Fighters. Let's see.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played 3.
Well, part of the problem, though, of course, like because they got rid of most of the original characters, but they were cool. Sean was cool. Even though now that people find him annoying, but he was still cool. Brazilian Shoto. Oh, here he is. Necro. That's his name.
I have done it.
An experimental monster that joined the circus from Russia. Okay. He's basically Dalsim in Street Fighter 3.
Yeah, okay.
I will fight for Hyrule.
Let's fight like Gentleman Dudley.
Boxer asks how much more needs to be done to finish this game. I have no idea. There is a. I mean, I know there's a lot of content, but I don't know how long it goes total.
I'm not sure how long this is, honestly, but I didn't really think they would put this much content in this game.
Yeah, they've done a.
I mean, it is just kind of bringing up this last big goal of fixing Terrico, right?
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, okay.
That's the last sort of story task that has any sort of explanation to it.
Gotcha.
There's a couple more things you can get, but they have no relation to the story.
I will fight for Hyrule.
Oh, all right.
Oh, just realized we
Which I say that, and then I also don't want to tell you what they are because they're spoilers.
Fight for Hyrule.
But it's not spoiler stories. It's just I think it's ridiculous, and I'd love to see it. Your reaction when it happens.
Okay.
All right.
So if I want to find out Elden Ring, I want to find out if there's any Game of Thrones references in there. Oh God.
You think
That's
so?
just-
Hope not.
I hope not either.
There'll probably be like something tongue in cheek that's like, "Hat, this is sort of like Game of Thrones, isn't it?" But
be a-
probably nothing.
Peter
like,
Dinklage
directly.
is the Shrine Maiden.
It'd be a
And it's
copy
not a
cup.
character played by Peter Dinklage. It just is Peter Dinklage.
I'm actually wondering if there'll be some reference to the White Walkers. That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do. But I hope not. I really hope not.
I will fight for Hyrule.
Pretty much, I expected to put in some like royalties or curse kind of stuff because that's usually what he his angle was going as. If I remember correctly, with Game of Thrones, he was basically saying nobody's life honor sucks, guys. The kings are gonna rule your life like animals, but they'll get their competence in the end.
I will fight for Hyrule. Feel my power.
Silverhair says it will make you hold a door for a few moments. Okay, I get it.
Feel my power. I will fight for Hyrule. Everywhere power. I will fight for Hyrule. Everywhere power. Feel my power. It's over. I will fight for Hyrule.
Okay, so I don't have to kill every last enemy here. There are a couple left.
Hmm.
All right, it is getting to be about that time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. What is this next one? Defend the Spring of Courage.
Yeah. Huh?
Is there anything else I can buy? Is there anything I wanted that I can complete? Here, let's do that. Not that you actually need it for any of that, but... Okay, now we're done.
All right. That was good. That was fun. Now we're done. And there's just nothing left to say, really. All right.
Quite a bit of talk.
Nothing left to say, everybody. Good night.
Okay,
Good
that
night.
was good.
Bye-bye.
Thanks y'all for
Um,
coming out. See you again tomorrow.
Yep.
Have a good night.